Right. So example of it. We have two characters that, let's say, somebody's playing a sorcerer, somebody's playing a wizard. My character is the wizard. I would pick their character right out of the lineup of the other players, and then say, well, they're a sorcerer. You know what? Our characters are related. We're cousins. Our mothers are sisters. The whole reason I ended up going into studying magic is because they could do it naturally. They're older than me by a few years. Right. That's establishing a relationship. So these could be personal ones, childhood ones, professional ones, right? Rivalries, something. Your character prior to their profession, prior to them being a constable of the city, they were intersecting with the other characters. So we'll do one round, you'll pick one person, and then we'll have a second round. Now, this ends up being an interesting test of who's defined a character that people want to have an intersection with. Maybe it's because it's simple to understand, maybe because it offers a lot of really interesting opportunities to relate to them. So the XP ends up going to the person whose character is picked. All right? So everyone's going to do this twice. We'll start with the first one, Kat. Pick somebody, and then what is your character's relationship to them?
First off, can I hear
wait. Is there a Mrs. Jim? Because Mr. Jim is amazing. So I'm assuming Mrs. Jim is even better.
That's Alex. That's Alex. That's Jim's wife. Her and I were getting drunk at a pub before I showed up.
There you go. You guys should hear me now. So yeah, I'll go first. So me and I lost my notes with your names, but that's okay. I don't need Hold on one moment, Jim. I do not need sorcerers or wizards in this game because we're rolling with barbarians and fighters and rangers and shit. Riley, what was your name again?
So straight up, internet style. Now that I have a platform and people watching, and you can't stop me, just fuck you. Fuck you.
Yes. I love it. Tell him.
All right.
You get those boys to shut the fuck up. What's up?
I'm feeling invigorated right now.
What's up?
I just
to all of Jim's fans, I don't really mean that. We're very close. Don't find me. Don't treat me like digital homicide. I saw that from this side. So let's.
I'm a Jim fan now. So
ManySided just established previous relationship with Jim by that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do it. Kat, who are you picking?
Dunkirk.
What's the relationship?
So Dunkirk was the very first guy I ever worked with when I joined the Guard. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and he was a grizzled just asshole. But I wasn't going to let that get to me. I was all smiles. I offered him some of my best-made steam buns, which he didn't accept. I thought that a bit odd, so I ate them. But we had to go to this woman's house who had been broken into, and
stop you there. You've got a relationship on the table.
Beautiful. That was our relationship.
All right. Second one, Riley. Where's the relationship go?
My relationship is with Tig Biddies, and he came across him when he was working against doing some of his more nefarious activities while I was in the army. He came afoul of us a few times. One kind of chased him down. He got away from me, and I'm not going to forget it anytime soon.
Gotcha. All right, moving on. Let's do the next one. Next one up, Jake. What you got?
Jake, my relationship is with McTasty, because I remember him coming to an orphanage that I was visiting and handing out food, and then I saw him get on the police force, and I was like, "Hey, you're that guy. You care about the community. You give out food to people. You feed people. That's awesome." And so I trust him. I think he's a well-intentioned person. I think he's a good person.
All right.
And I would be willing to help him out in most situations.
All right. You got a relationship there. All right. Sean.
Thanks, Megafire.
I grew up with Tig Biddies in the.
Grew up with them. There we go.
Well, we both came from dirt basically, and would look out for each other's backs, and I kind of used him to springboard myself into the constable position.
I got you. You followed him in there, so to speak.
Yep.
All right, that's round one. Round two, you will pick a different character than the first one that you picked.
Yeah, but what if I only know like one person's name? Because I was drinking the whole time we made characters.
Tig, Dunkirk, Mo, and...
Hang on, wait. Say it real slow for me, please.
Tig, Dunkirk, Mo, and Sean's character.
Putty.
Putty.
And Sean's
Pud.
character.
Tig,
Pud.
Dun,
So,
Pud,
all
Mo.
right.
Oh,
Catelyn,
no.
Catelyn, this is your round 2. You have one relationship, and I'm going to just clarify it when I go through these. You already have the work relationship, starting off on the Force with Dunkirk. What's your second relationship?
Okay, so Tig and I. Is this the one with the bad things happened, or is that later?
Nope. This is just
Just a
building
normal
relationship.
relationship. All right, so Tig and I am familiar with him from before I joined the Force. He's part of. I saw him running with the ruffians who tended to try and steal bread from the bakeries.
Okay, easy now.
He always. I never caught him, but he always seemed to be with that crowd, and he always left a bad taste in my mouth.
Excellent.
Yep.
He was one of those wretches taking food. I got you. All right, moving on. Riley, second character.
What's your character's name again? Sean Pud?
Pud.
Yeah, we'll go with Pud. Growing up in the city in Greygast, we came from very different backgrounds, but I remember Pud from just kind of he's kind of below me, and but I noticed him. I didn't really, I felt like maybe he was somebody who I could help bring up to a higher stature, because to be as great as myself, and it just didn't seem to work out that way. But I tried to befriend him, but the difference in class made it difficult.
Ah, that's pretty good. When he was young and you just want to step in and be part of that youth program kind of situation, but just didn't play.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Jake, what's your second one?
My second one is Pud. I know him from my youth, all through growing up and just the situation that we were in. He always seemed more serious, a little hard to approach, I guess. I was never able to get him in my gang. I was never able to get him in my crew. He ran in a different crowd than me, but definitely grew up under the same circumstances, and so I respect him for being able to make a name for himself outside, or considering what we had to deal with. He was able to get out of it.
Excellent.
So I
moving
respect
on.
him.
Sean, second relationship.
Riley, is your guys Dunkirk? Is that right?
Dunkirk, yeah.
Dunkirk.
Fucking original name, you piece of shit.
I know, I know Dunkirk because I felt like he was reaching out to try to help me, but I always kind of felt like it was more of like a make himself feel good, helping out poor, unfortunate people. So I was a little standoffish with him. I did accept the help, of course, but I just wasn't 100% sure where that intention was coming from.
That was pretty good. He's got one built out to you of reaching out to help this guy along, and it didn't go anywhere. But the other side of the the Shakespearean story. No, it helped, man. But you never knew.
That's right.
You made a difference, and no one ever told you. All right, so we got some crosswise relationships. We go on to the third part. So everyone did earn XP for that.
Awesome.
So far, right? We're not done yet, but so far, Mo has 200 XP.
Hey.
Dunkirk has 300 XP.
Oh yeah.
Tig has 350.
Suck it, nerds. Fuck you.
For some reason, everybody just looped that motherfucker in to a whole bunch. Like, Tig got around. You know what I'm saying?
Like I told you, people know me. There's rumors about me.
Hey! People know me. That's how he meets people at bars. He's like, hey, I'm Tig. People know me.
That sounds about right.
All right, and Putty also has 300 XP. All right, we go into the last leg of this, where we're intended to make some sense of a narrative. So this will end up being your opportunity to take over the narration of a story. Specifically, it's going to involve one other character. You will get to select which one, right? You'll pick another player, somebody that you have a relationship with already, not anybody new. I will pick a scenario that I feel is appropriate, basically a story prompt. And you will have about 5 minutes, by which you're going to tell me the story of how that happened, and how that got resolved. And
Okay.
you're looking for 3 things. Each of these things are worth XP. Thing number 1, each character, both of you, right, have to do something significant in the story. It can't be, I did a thing and they were around. So you're going to be defining some of their actions and behaviors based on what you kind of already know from character creation, what their personality's like, the things that they care about, their background, things like that. You'll take some liberties with them, right? Because this is your character's interpretation of those events. It could be different for them. Right? So 1, each person does something significant, character does something significant. 2, somebody has to be injured by it, either you or them. And injured means a loss of some kind. Doesn't that be permanent? It could be someone broke their leg as a kid, right? Not really a permanent injury per se, although when it's cold, they still get a little bit of a tingle, It could be materially injured, right? Societally, right? Culturally injured, sort of reputation injured. Some injury has to happen, right? That gives a little flavor to the event. And then somebody has to benefit from it. Maybe someone's reputation went up. Maybe somebody found money. Again, you could have found 1,000 gold. It's not going to impact your starting wealth for this game, right? But somebody has to have had a win or a benefit from it. So I'll put this up and we'll move forward. Starting with Kat.
Okay.
Pick a player that you have a relationship with.
I will pick.
I think yours was
Pud.
Dunkirk.
I'm gonna pick Pud.
I don't think you had an existing.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
you
have. Let's do Dunkirk because
I
Tig
think you
gets
had
all
Dunkirk.
the action.
Now, y'all's relationship, right, as I have down, is that this is kind of rookie year stuff. This is you being early in the situation, right? Learning the ropes. He's been more of a seasoned officer, came across, maybe got into the guard a little before you. So the scenario that I'm going to give you, right, to define, to expand the story out, pretty simple one, right? Here we go. So the first real case that you ever had to get on was with him. And it was taking down, right? Not investigating. It was finding and taking out a black market merchant named Ruse Porto.
Okay, so me and Dunkirk went along the way. He was being his typical sulky, not very talkative to me because I was too friendly at the time self, and we managed to track this guy down into his lair, his hideout, and Dunkirk and I made our way in stealthily. Well, tried to be, but me being as big as I was, it didn't work out too well, and I stumbled and knocked a barrel over, and all of a sudden his guards were on us. And Dunkirk, being the brave, strong man he is, immediately just starts trying to intimidate them and be like, "You need to give them to us now." And me being friendly is like, "That's not going to work." So I go up to shake hands with all the guards. I'm like, "Why don't you take us to your guy? We just want to talk to him for a little bit." And he immediately grabbed me, turned me around, had a garrote to my neck, and was cutting it in, trying to kill me. And Dunkirk managed to take them all out single-handedly with his soldier prowess and rescued me from being strangled to death. And to this day, I have a scar across my neck from where that guy had a rope around me. And when we
Is
got
it
back
visible through your multiple chins?
yeah, if I lift one up.
All right, just checking.
But when we got back, I told the other constables about it, and he was given a medal of bravery for taking on those odds to save a fellow guard.
All right. Yeah. Excellent. All right. Next up, Riley, it's your turn. You pick an existing relationship that you already have, which I think you have one with basically anyone you want.
Yeah. We'll go with Tig on this one.
So you're gonna go with Tiggs, right? So Tiggs,
That's a
that
good
was
call. That's a good
that was
call.
back
It's a
when-
strong call.
that was back when you were still in the military.
Yeah.
How
Uh,
did we know each other in the military? I was paying attention.
And him is a ne'er-do-well, right? Causing some consternation. So let's go with that. Let's go with let's try this one. You got to get creative. Ready? So during a training exercise, when you were in the military, several soldiers got up with the wrong crew and essentially tried to desert and mutiny.
All right. That's the setup.
That's the setup, and you have 2 characters that you need to make work.
All right. So my experience with Tiggy Boy, I had received word from some of our scouts, so just from people that I trusted in my command, that there were a group of my soldiers that were thinking about deserting, and nothing is more important to me than duty. So I went to investigate, and as I did, I saw that group of my soldiers, all from my squad, meeting with this group of shady-looking characters. And one of the characters I recognized as Tig Biddies, this guy that I had come into a few run-ins with, trying to steal things from the armory and things like that. So I was aware.
It's fake news. Fake news.
So as I approached, I made my presence known, and of course my men were not happy to see me there, and neither were the criminals. Tig tried to intercede, tried to intimidate me, but I wasn't having it. I've seen way too much to know. And in that whole process, a fight broke out as I was trying to get my men to come back with me and face the judgment of the people who were higher than me. During this fight, Tig and I engaged, and then as I was preoccupied with coming across to him, one of my own soldiers slashed me across the face with a sword, and took my right eye out. Yeah.
Damn.
So now I wear an eye patch over that eye, and now that Tig is all of a sudden back, we know each other, and he's in the guard now. I don't trust him at all.
That's excellent, actually. I like that.
You don't trust me, even though I spared you in our fight. I went easy on you. Is that what you're saying? You spared you. I didn't beat the fucking shit out of you.
That's the way he tells that story from his end for years. For years.
Jesus. Okay,
But to make that story plausible from his side, he never claims that he took your eye. He never goes that far. So that makes it plausible. He's it's like I let him fucking live. I didn't kill this motherfucker. Like, he lost an eye. That wasn't me. That wasn't me that did that. But
I didn't
like, oh shit.
I didn't draw a sword on the motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck he's problem.
All right, your turn, Jake. Pick a character you got a relationship with.
It is gonna be Pug.
All right, Putty. You got a relation with Putty. This is back when he was avoiding your gang and stuff. Y'all growing up on the streets and shit. And go. I'm going to go with a prompt of... I've got one for this. I'm going to throw you a left curve because I feel like that's the only way to do this.
Fuck
you ready
you.
for that?
Okay, let's get it. I'm ready. Let me drink some beer.
I'm going to go with burn down a building.
Ooh.
He burned down a building, or I burned down a building?
I don't care. It's just what happened was a building got torched and burned to ash.
Sounds like our last campaign.
Okay, so Pud grew up poor, just like me. Believe it or not, we grew up in the same kind of like ministered foster home kind of thing. And like I said, the guy was mean. He mistreated people, and maybe Pud, his silent, stern type, possibly had something to do with burning the building down. I had, for a while, tried to convince this guy to join my posse, where I could protect him, where we could go out, we could make some money, we could fight some people, we could get shit done. And he wasn't about it, which is fine. I wasn't going to force him into that life. I knew he was a good dude, though, because he wanted to make something of himself, and he started from nothing. But I also knew he started the fire, because I watched him do it. Whenever the other constables and stuff came to investigate, it was kind of obvious who was where and whose alibi stood up, stuff like that. They had some information. So Pud was maybe going to get fingered in it. Up to this point, he'd been a good kid, hadn't been in trouble, anything like that. And I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna take the blame for this. It's like, who cares if I start a fire? That's what I do. I'm take biddies. I start fires. And so I actually burned down 2 other buildings and made it pretty obvious that it was me and my gang that burned down the buildings the same week that Pud burned down the home that we all grew up in. And just to get the heat off his back, so to say. And I never wanted anything from that. I just wanted to see Pud not have to leave a life of crime to be successful and to grow up out of the situation that we were all born in to do what he needed to do for himself. I understood where he was coming from and why he did it. He wasn't that cautious about it. He didn't try to hide it. which is unfortunate. Had he been in the gang, maybe I could have showed him how to burn down a fucking building without getting fucking. But he wasn't, so I just burned down some more buildings and made it pretty obvious on the squad, doing it. That's what I did.
That's pretty good. Okay, all right, moving forward. That's fucked up.
So wait, what?
That is the most generous, right? And moral, not moral, but most genial arson I've ever heard about. You know what? He's a good kid.
Like I burned down some
he's a
houses.
good kid, and this could ruin his life. I tell you what, guys. Let's go ahead and burn some fucking buildings down for him.
I didn't burn down some houses. Like I burned down some your average just a fucking some.
Oh yeah, no. I'm
whatever.
confident. I'm confident. Tig made sure that there was no more than 2 people in any given house.
Yeah.
No
I
more
made
than-
sure that whoever suffered wasn't going to suffer that much.
Yeah, made it fast. Did it the right way. All right, Putty, Sean, what you got? Pick somebody that you have a relationship with.
I do have a question. I missed a second. Who got injured by that?
Oh yeah.
Did somebody get injured? Did I didn't get hurt, did I?
Yeah, you lost your legs in the fire.
I have no legs. Okay, that's fine.
You pick anyone you've got a relationship with, which looks like everybody but Mo.
Yeah.
Just pick somebody, and I'll prompt you.
I'll do Dunkirk.
All right, Dunkirk. Here's where we're gonna go. Let's pick another weird one. All right, y'all's relationship was back when he was trying to help you when you were young.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go with, You want a creative one? You want one to play with and roll around your mouth a little bit?
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna go with a love triangle.
Ooh.
Oh.
Keeping in mind the age differences here, right? Let's go.
Okay. So, Dunkirk was always helping me out, and always in the back of my head, it always just kind of felt off to me. It felt like he was trying to make up for things that he may have wronged me in my past, or it just felt like he was either trying to make himself feel better or give himself something to brag about. And I never quite trusted him. I found out that he, as a constable, forced himself on my girlfriend at the time.
Whoa.
And
This is Pud's recollection. Okay, you had
Shit just got fucking real.
he didn't know that I heard
You
this
Harvey
stuff.
Weinstein motherfucker.
That's right. He didn't know that I heard the stories. My girlfriend at the time didn't say anything to me about it. Just never seemed right from that point on, and our relationship ended up falling through. But I continued getting help from this guy and couldn't figure out for the life of me why he would be helping me out unless what the rumors were saying were true. And he doesn't know this, but besides the house that I grew up in being lit on fire, I also lit his house on fire. And
Just arson abound.
Shit.
I was drunk. It was part of I was angry and I was drunk and I said, fuck it, I'm burning this motherfucker's house down. And burned his house down, but I also still accepted his help from in the future after that. So
it's delightful.
yeah.
It's delightful. All right. So
Delightful. That's the word I would use.
So he was, to clean all this up a little bit into cohesive. Let's see if I follow along here. There you are. You're young. You're a bit of a street rat, so to speak. You certainly you're living out of group homes and stuff. You're going through some bad stuff, but you're growing up. You're about to embrace being somebody you're interested in, some girls, some is it love? You're too young. Who knows, right? But then you hear the rumor. You hear the rumor that this charitable motherfucker, soldier guy, is macking on your lady, And it wasn't the same after that. Everything fell apart. What reasons? Who knows, right?
Mr. and
but-
Mrs. Jim are my
but-
new two favorite people, and I'm
but
sorry, Evie and Diet, if you're out there, Mr. and Mrs. Jim.
So you go off in an adolescent rage and burn the son of a bitch's house down.
Yeah,
By the way, Dunkirk, that's how you lost your house. I don't know if you knew about that.
No, I didn't. I didn't know.
You know, he didn't know. He didn't. You know, as far as you know, you don't know why that happened. Just
Yeah.
you thought Tig
Yeah.
did it. He has a reputation.
Yeah, as far as you know, I fucking burned it down.
There's damn candle lights. Fire
Um,
hazards.
But you know what? But what you benefit out of that is, you know what? You still took the help out and the hand up. You just never told them about it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right, we all have a fairly interrelated cross section of stuff.
I wasn't even in the running there, babe. No. sorry, Spade. Look, I've had this beer here to chug for you, Spade. I will eventually, I promise.
That looks like a water.
It's
did.
because you chroma keyed me shittily, so it looks clear. It's a beer, I
Oh, I
promise.
see it. It's just a really clear one.
Why the
No,
fuck
it's-
would I drink a beer?
It's totally a
Or
water.
a water, I mean. A
That's
water.
Coors Light.
All right.
If you don't believe me, I'll just shotgun. I'll go get
Next-
a cannon shotgun.
Next phase.
So characters are basically made, right? Starting money is more or less had.
Yep.
The next part is to really identify the things that you want to buy. Of course, that's a long process, at the best
Yeah.
of times. We won't go through quite all of them.
Right.
We'll do a very cursory notion of cleaning up character sheets, right, so people can get started. As I describe some of the conceits of the game, and then we have just enough time to run you guys through, essentially a call that you got. That you have to deal with together, and the map's all ready to go. So next step is going to be everybody settling in. I would recommend, given your totals, right, for starting silver, you guys bring up the handout. There's a link in there that's going to take you to the worksheet that shows you armor, weapons, adventuring gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't worry about all the miscellaneous dross at this stage. And as we don't have a caster-heavy party, there's not going to be a lot of looking up spells, but I'll tell everybody they're starting XP, and this will determine what level you are, right?
Okay.
So what I've got is 600 for Mo.
Mm-hmm.
So 600 should start you off, I think it's level 2.
Yay!
I've got another 600 for Dunkirk, starting off at level 2.
Alrighty.
Tig, however, is starting off at level 3 with 900.
Yeah,
Pig.
fuck you guys.
As everybody wanted their roads to go through that motherfucker. And Putty is also starting at level 2 with 600 XP.
Nice.
Do I change any stats for being
All of
level
them.
3?
You being a barbarian,
Oh,
no.
You change
Okay.
all of them for being human, though, so don't forget that.
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay.
So, if you haven't found your working character sheet there, go ahead and bring it up. Punch in what you need to. We're going to kind of polish off, what proficiencies you have or want to have, etc.
I've got my stats.
Bringing up the only two things we really need to focus on buying for our little short getting to know you little arc of an adventure tonight is I'd make sure you have whatever weapon that you like and whatever armor you feel is useful.
Okay.
Everything else is a work in progress. How these games usually go, certainly when, it's like say we play them more locally in this character creation process, is there's always like a little tiny get the flavor of your character, mini adventure that takes only, 30 minutes to an hour. And everything about your character can be changed in that time. So after you're done with it, if you kind of realize, oh, Stu, I don't like those spells I took, or I'm not so sure about exactly that class or things like that, then before we kick up the official first session next time, we'll make those adjustments, right?
Okay.
So this is to get a sense of who you're playing with and the character that you made. So
Beautiful.
I've got 4,500 for Mo, 4,400 for Dunkirk,
Yep.
1,200, 12, not a lot, 1,200 for Tig. Not rolling hard on money, I'm saying. And then Putty's got 3,900. So, if you bring it up, if you have any questions, let me know. But we'll bring up armor, and I'll assume y'all are getting that started to basically jump into an encounter, which is where this is going.
Yes.
And
So
I'll
just
cover. Go ahead.
armor and weapon, pretty much, and then we'll get the rest figured out.
Whenever
later.
I brought up gear and equipment cost, I just see like the starting money you get.
Yeah,
Am I
me
looking
too.
Am I looking at something wrong here?
There's tabs at the bottom.
Yep, you're
Ah.
right. Yep, you're 100% right. I'm fucking retarded.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't see it either, Jake.
it's fine. It's fine.
Armor and weapon, most important. Anything else we can kind of do on the fly. Like I say, you can consider this the prologue. So any item that would make sense for you to have is okay, you know. I only mentioned the money part because let's not start off everybody in full plate quite yet.
Okay.
Because then we have to explain why you don't have fucking full plate anymore, and then we're not going to go through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll be looking for people to confirm that they're ready to go, right? Don't have to be 100%, but 90% is good enough.
What do you mean ready to go?
Ready to jump into an encounter if you had to with what you know about your character.
Okay, so I'm shit at making characters. I need to add hide armor to my character sheet.
Right? There's in the compendium for Roll20, you should be able to hit the little information eye over there in the right-hand menu.
Okay.
And then you should be able to type hide armor and drag it onto your character sheet.
Okay, you lost me.
I'll do it for you, Jake.
All right.
He's used
Everyone's
to.
editing is open to everybody else, so it's easy to jump in for other people.
For some reason, I don't see the one thing. I know what you're talking about, but I'm just fucking lost.
So, basic conceits of Grey Gas for y'all and more or less the audience while you get some stuff finalized, which will only take a handful of minutes. Is Grey Gas is a city that exists in whatever the hell world you want it to be in. It was founded, right? This is what everybody in the city might know. It was founded about 65 years ago by opportunists and criminals and immigrants and refugees from various wars and other nations that they found distasteful. So this is a city that was founded in a highly cosmopolitan way. Has a little bit more in common with early New York than it has in common with really any other fantasy city, in my opinion. Why are there a disproportionate number of gnomes in the army? Because the gnomes that came to Grey Gas 60 years ago were the exact ones that didn't want to go live a normal gnomish life. So really, any trope and variation of that trope is possible in the city. Kind of think, I usually say Babylon 5 meets Deadwood in a fantasy world. So very open. Nobility is pretty regimented. Citizens, commoners are basically low citizens. And there is a very active military, police, and bureaucratic presence. So there's factions in the city that just kind of come as they are. All of you are part of the Grey Guard. The Grey Guard are the constables of the city. As constables, it is your job to not just sort of protect and serve. That's what a cop would do. But this is a fantasy world and a fantasy city that was built on the ruins of many other cities over time and over the centuries. So there are incursions and monsters, and there's still places, this city being founded not even a century ago, there's still places in the city that are uncovered, right? Catacombs and the like, which yield monstrous things laying in wait. And the Grey Guard have essentially the authority and duty to deal with all that crap inside the city walls. There is an active nobility. You are all considered to be kind of in the middle as far as status goes. On official duties, you're more than welcome to bust heads. You have a lot of leeways. It's not quite Judge Dredd, where you can do anything you want to anyone you want.
That's what you think.
but there are definitely patrols of constables that act that way. So there's two things that kind of get to be decided at this point, right? Thing number one is one of you has to be the senior constable. It doesn't mean you get extra powers or extra XP. It isn't necessarily a blessing. It doesn't have to be the highest level person. But whoever is the senior constable, everyone else is a constable, and the patrol, essentially the party, will be considered as part of their patrol. They will be kind of the face of it. They will be the most accountable person for what happens.
I think Dunkirk is the most obvious choice based on his history.
Yeah.
The ex-soldier is probably the right choice, given that the rest of us are criminals.
Probably a bit frowned upon, obviously.
Criminals, prize fighters, or cooks.
Yep.
So Dunkirk, this is your patrol. You are the senior
right.
constable. for all official purposes. Now, the city is basically divided in half as far as constables go, as far as guard people go. There's the western half, which is about a third of the territory, and then there's the eastern half, which is about 2/3 of the territory, right? So much, much larger. The western half of the city is the rich part. It's where all the people that have money live. It's where the markets are. It's where the artisans do their business and have their residences. That's about a third. The rest of the city, the other 2/3, is all of the slums and common folk and docks and warehouses and rundown parts. The western half of the city, the rich part, has twice as many constables as the eastern part. So you are all overworked, vastly underpaid, and there's half as many of you as there needs to be. You work in the crappy part of, essentially, if this were The Wire, you work in the crappy part of Baltimore.
So Baltimore.
Yeah, more or less.
Listen, do I need to tell you guys about Huntington? Because I can.
Little
We
Detroit.
We had to deploy the National Guard here recently for gang violence, so it's just...
So from that, and I'll drop us on our working map here. From that, eastern and western. Every part of the city is considered a neighborhood. There are 3 villages outside the city where technically they're a little bit independent. You can go there. You may have to go there depending how the adventure takes us. Traveling around the city takes time, and the time is not on your side. Every hour we're in the game, right, in-game time, that hour ticks by. So time's not as passive as it might be in other D&D situations. Time you spend busting a pickpocket on the way to do some actual part of the adventure, that instance isn't waiting on you. Come, half past the afternoon, it's going to happen whether you're there or not. So the notion of rushing about and moving through the city is constant. Eventually, you'll find whatever pace you like at resting, dealing with random encounters versus avoiding them because they're not worth the time. This game takes place over 3 days in the city. The campaign that we setting and book that we essentially built for this is 12 days. Literally, the entire thing is 12 days in the city, where there's 50 different plots, quite literally 50 different plots, all happening at the same time, like a giant sandbox that constantly keeps track of the clock. What happens on day 3 at that part in the city always happens on day 3 at that part of the city. So you guys are playing from day 6 to day 8, and you're playing one adventure arc in this one.
Awesome.
However, if we were playing, with the full sort of book as kind of a giant thing, you'd be able to go back and go, oh, shoot, all this stuff that we passed in day 6, here are the other 40 things that were happening in these places. So it kind of has a replay value. So we're starting at day 6, and we will end up starting at the barracks and headquarters of the Grey Guard over in the Eastern District, which is in Gully. Gully is where a lot of administrative buildings are. It's not terribly poor, but it's not great. So as a constable, you work directly with a senior constable. They're not quite your boss. They're just kind of first amongst equals. So Dunkirk is going to have to define a lot of things about how to move the scene. It's always going to come down to that conversation. People can do what they want, and like I say, it's fairly co-equal, but at the end of the day, if things are lagging, if time is dragging, that's on Dunkirk to move it forward.
Oh,
Hear that,
good.
Dunkirk?
Or not move it forward, depending how he feels. Your immediate boss is the inspector, which is the one rank above constable. He is the inspector for this entire Eastern District, the senior inspector, actually. Laz is a half-orc, worked his way up through the ranks. Most of the NPCs you're going to interact with in this game are best defined, and I'll do this fairly often, best defined as actors in movies that you may have seen. Laz is Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon.
Okay.
He is far too old for this shit. He's seen it all. He's overworked. He's underpaid. He's going to retire one day. There are 6 or 7 other patrols, which are parties, right? 6 or 7 other patrols in the Eastern Districts. So you guys are one of like 7. Y'all are the newest one, having been established no more than about 4 to 6 weeks ago. You all recognize each other from various backstory elements, ranging from childhood to that motherfucker burned my goddamn house. But you don't know that. You don't know that. That'll be a beautiful moment. Now,
It's meta.
when elements of your backstory come up in an organic way, I mention organic. In an organic way, all of these are essentially investments in XP that will happen later. So I'm just saying, if it ever comes up in an organic way about that house that got burned down, that scene dramatically played will be worth awesome XP. So keep that shit in mind. And we're going to have all this written up so you guys can reference it after the fact. All right, so how good are we on doneness? Who's ready-ish?
I'm pretty ready. I still have to roll my hit points, but I think
I don't have hit points or anything.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm dumb when it comes to this shit.
You'll take full at first level.
Several of us are noobs.
Fighters are going to get a D10 for their second level.
Yep.
The ranger, I believe, gets a D8. I'm almost certain ranger is a D8.
Okay.
So you'll end up getting full at first level, right, plus con modifier. And then, no, ranger is D10. Rangers are good. So you roll a D10 for your second level, add con modifier. And then barbarians are the big one. Barbarians should be like the D12.
You have to move to roll.
Okay, hang on.
And,
All right.
And our barbarian is starting at third level.
Yes.
So you'll make sure that's the D12 plus your con modifier 2 times on top. So first through third proficiency should all be the same. Essentially, that's not going to go up. That won't go up till fifth. Kat, you say you're pretty good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I just have to pick my fighting style and stuff, but that won't take long.
Oh, yeah.
I need to roll my hit points, so I have a constitution modifier of 2, so I get 12 for first level, correct?
That is correct.
And then I'm going to roll a d10 now.
Throw a D10 and let's see where that goes.
10. And that's an 8, so that's another 10, so I'm at 22 current hit points total.
Jim, I do see your comment. That's right. This will be the, I think, 4th or 5th group that's played through Grey Gas, but Jim's never seen that before.
Oh, nice.
Catelyn, what did you just roll to get that? Because that's still, I've never actually done this part before.
Yeah, neither have I.
Wait, sorry, I got 4. I saw Dunkirk, and I took his 8.
The 8 was mine.
Oh, give me that 8. You can have my 4. All right, so I'm at 18 instead of 22, like I thought. And then
So what did you add? What did you add your 4 to?
so my Constitution modifier.
Okay.
Yeah. It has been a while since I've let you guys level, but
That's what you always want to hear a DM say. I realize it's been a long time since I let you guys fucking level and shit.
well, because we do.
I regret the last time I let you level. So
Yeah.
I don't think I've leveled since November.
We've been doing milestone,
Then I don't really pay attention to it.
and these guys just can't flip and hit their milestones, so they can't level up.
Well,
Right.
and you always level us for us.
That's true. That is true.
So that's
And
why
then,
I had no idea at the beginning what I'm doing right now.
so for my skills, I'm going to choose athletics,
that sounds good.
and then I'm also going to choose deception, intimidation, insight, and my handling. I'm going to choose history because I know a lot about the history of making ramen.
Nice.
So yeah, athletics, history, and then I get insight and persuasion from my background as well. My fighting style, I'm choosing protection. And for my feat, for being human variant, I am choosing shield master.
There we go.
Because I'm all about protecting my bros. More about the defense than the offense. And then I need to pick my items, and that should be pretty much it.
That's pretty good.
For my armor, I'm doing breastplate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also doing a shield, because shield master would be pretty useless without that.
Well, you should do shield master with no shield. You should just throw caution to the wind.
I know, right? And then for my weapon,
In every combat, you stop to ask if you can use that as a shield. It's a door, it's a table, it's a cat. Doesn't matter.
And then for my weapon, I am choosing a mace, but thematically, I would like it to be a cast iron ladle, if possible.
Thematic. Cast iron ladle.
Yeah, but it'll be a mace.
A heavy lump of kitchen iron.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And
even look like a ladle anymore.
that's it for me.
All right, so good to go. All right, how are we on progress? Everyone else?
Not very good. I'm
Bad.
still working on it.
All right. What do you guys need help with? I can pull your
Everything.
character.
Everything.
I'm trying to do my head-
Dunkirk,
Wow.
you're next. Let's do you. So, you rolled an 8. Your con is 3. So you start with 13, and then you rolled an 8.
13
So you
plus
get
another 11.
11. So that makes you 24 total hit points.
Correct.
Okay.
And then your speed is 30. I'll set that for you. Actually, let me put this on stream so people can see us messing with this stuff.
Yeah.
That'll do.
This is a learning experience for me.
All right, let me get that out of the way. Bring this down.
It is surprisingly something that people don't really see happen. You know.
Yeah. Cat,
There we go.
Cat's always done this to me. I've been spoiled.
So, you have 4,400 silver.
Yes, I already had that in there.
All right. So what? You're doing human variant. So what feat do you want?
I have to go back and find it again.
We'll
now.
come back to it. What equipment do you want?
Chainmail.
Chainmail sounds good.
Okay,
Yep. I tried to drag it over from the thing, but it didn't work.
I got it.
And just a longsword. And does my shield count against this flannel since it's an heirloom or?
You know what? I'm gonna let you have that shield.
Okay, cool. So
It's,
yeah,
it's such an incidental cost. It's not worth charging you for at this stage.
okay.
Chainmail is +4, correct?
Chainmail should be +4. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your armor class will be 16.
Yep, already have that.
Okay, cool. And what was your weapon?
Longsword, and then my.
Or, excuse me. Chainmail should put them at a flat AC of 16. Right. There's no bonuses and that. It kind of.
Oh, it's 16.
It sets it to a level.
And then the shield would add 2 more, so it'd be at 18, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Which in 5th Ed parlance makes you relatively hard to actually hurt.
Yes.
That's okay. We'll just crank up the CR on everything. It's okay.
Oh no.
Well, it's good for us to be hard to hit because we can't heal.
Exactly.
And that's not my fucking problem though.
All right. So yeah, and then the shield, and then let's see.
It'll make combat a lot more interesting.
I'm bringing up the human.
Every time before you ever go into anywhere, you go and like find an old priest and a young priest and just you can script them in.
Yeah.
You're a fucking deputy. You're coming with us.
All right. So you just have a longsword, chainmail, and shield, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Really?
And what skills do you want as your fighter?
The skills will be.
You get to choose 2.
I'm gonna go athletics.
That's in list.
Yep.
And what? Let's see.
And you can also choose from acrobatics, animal handling, history, insight, intimidation, perception, and survival.
And none of those will be useless.
Insight,
Okay.
That'd be good.
Beautiful.
and you get one more, right?
No, you already picked 2, and then you'll get
Okay,
a
it's
couple
just
from
2.
your
Okay.
from your soldier background, probably.
That's right. And then the feats. I'm having a hard time finding the feats.
Let's go.
on here.
That's fine. We'll check out Tig while you do that.
Okay.
Tig.
Yo, what's up?
All right. What do you have? Nothing.
Hide armor.
You're
Nice.
a barbarian, correct? Okay.
Yes.
So you got hide armor.
As you are constables, all of your armor is chased in gray. It's the official
Okay.
thing.
And
hide makes your armor 14, correct?
Hide
Yes.
should be 14.
Yeah.
and some rope.
14 plus dex, so that'll make you 17. And some rope.
Yes.
Okay. What weapon are you having?
No weapon.
No weapon. Okay, cool. But you didn't do human variant, so you don't get a feat.
That's fine. What do you mean I didn't do human variant? That's fine. I think.
Well, you don't
I
get a
should
feat
do
until
human
level
variant.
4.
Okay.
Okay. So your punches are going to do 1 damage.
Are you fucking serious? So should I buy a weapon?
You might want at least a club or something.
Or maybe alter your backstories to your variant. Or just be
Can
like,
I do a dagger, but instead it's brass knuckles? Can I have brass knuckles? Dagger, club, something, but it's actually brass knuckles. Does that work? You know what I'm saying?
I follow you.
I looked for brass knuckles, but I didn't see it in the list, which is upsetting.
I would say there's probably not brass knuckles for this purpose.
Probably
yeah,
not.
that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna do a club.
There you go.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
All right, club. Boom. Club is
At least until he can get to a place where he can, reasonably beat a man with his fists and/or other things.
And Jake, did you add 1 to all your ability scores?
Yes, I already did.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's because your intelligence 12 should be 11. Okay, cool. Man, you're a beast. All right. That's. Oh, we need your hit points. So you start with 12, and your con is 3. So you use 15 for level 1, and then roll a d12 twice, or a d12 plus 3 twice.
Yep.
Plus 3 twice.
Yes.
Well, just roll 2 d12s. We can work from there.
There you go.
So it looks like
18. Actually, it should be 20 because it's plus 3.
It's 14. It should be 20.
Oh, I fucked up. I did plus 2. My bad.
No, you're fine. It's 20 extra hit points.
So you have 35 total hit points, and your speed.
So you're taking the punches.
I'm a strong boy.
Yep. Cool.
All right.
That should be it for you.
Do I need to do a feat or anything like that, or no?
No, because you're not human variant.
Yeah, you're not the variant.
Only human variants get feet.
You got the bonus to every stat. You'll get your feet at 4th
Next level.
Yeah, that's fine.
I chose mine, Catelyn. I already added it. Shield Master.
There you go.
You're gonna be Shield Master too.
Oh, did you choose that one already?
That's okay. We got 2 fighters. They're both Shield Masters. They're both named Brittany.
I'll choose another one. I was looking at mine when you did yours. So
you should do Weapon Master or something.
Don't do Weapon Master.
I'm just picking.
Give me a minute. Cool. Keep going. I'll find something.
Yeah, take your tour.
And then we'll do Putty Wubknuckles.
Heyo. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so...
All right, so you are a ranger.
Yeah.
Level 2. And what's your race again?
Oh, it's half-orc.
Half-orc. Half-orc ranger. And then... So you need to... What weapon do you want, first off?
I was going through that. I think I'm going to do a short bow.
You can wield a longbow, because you're big enough.
Yeah, but money-wise, that's a big investment.
Yeah, that's
I was going to do a short bow with a battle axe.
Ooh.
Catelyn, did you know that Gourmand is a feat?
Yeah. All right, so you got a short bow and a battle axe. What armor do you want?
I'm looking at leather armor with a breastplate.
Okay. Wait, leather armor with breastplate? It's one or the other.
Oh, you can't have a breastplate over your leather shit?
No.
No. Well, you can, but you'll just get the breastplate armor.
Yeah. You can, but you can only earn the benefits of one armor that you are wearing.
Okay.
Should get 2
so
breastplates.
having both doesn't like up my hit points or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Fuck it. I'll do just the plate. Yeah.
And that puts your armor class at 16, I believe, with your dex.
Okay.
Your speed is 30. Cool. And your hit points you start with it's 7.
Yay.
That's tight.
Yep. So you need to roll a d8 now. Minus 1.
D10. It's a D10.
Oh, d10 minus 1 for the ranger.
Yeah.
1d10 minus 10?
Yep. No, 1d10 minus 1.
Yeah, that would be fucked up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
1d10.
Clearly, Putty is not taking the hits.
So 9. So 4.
3.
So you'll be at 13. Well, he did the minus 1 right there.
Oh, gotcha. He did it. So yeah,
so
4 more.
13 hit points total.
Ooh!
You might want to swap your strength and dexterity, just saying, based on...
Oh, I can just swap them?
Yeah.
You're welcome to.
Oh, I thought I had to put them in the way they...
No, you can put them in any order you want. I would recommend putting him in Dex. Get a little con in
Yeah,
action.
-1 con ranger is that's a risky gambit.
Yep. I'd put that 12 in your con or your strength.
I did
was just
assign
gonna
my
do that.
skill points appropriately, I think.
That's okay. We can clean it up.
think-
Yeah.
The charisma works because I was planning on not being super charismatic anyway.
Well,
so,
yeah, and you're a half orc.
yeah.
They aren't known for being particularly friendly. All right, so Ranger, you get to pick 3 skills from animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, stealth, and survival.
Jesus. Skills. Sorry.
That's fine. Do we need to worry about skills right now, Flannel? Well, I guess if they're combat
not
related.
too hard. I'd pick the ones that you really sort of intend to take. Like I say, this is all pretty flexible for you. It's both-
I would say stealth is a good one.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say I'm gonna do stealth.
So at least
I'll
one of us is
do
sneaky.
perception
Perception.
and investigation.
Investigation. Beautiful. And we'll get the rest of your stuff done
Okay.
with all your ranger class stuff. Just know you. What do you want your favorite enemy to be?
My favorite enemy.
Mhm.
Human.
Shit.
Metagaming Jake says human.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Human. Why is it human?
Because they treated me like shit because I'm half orc.
That sounds like an excellent reason. Oh, sorry, I'm not DM right now. I'm sorry. Flannel, does that sound like an excellent reason?
It sounds like an excellent reason as
Okay.
the person that doesn't know what
I
happened
wish
in the
Jim
game.
knew the I'm a
Yeah.
charisma-based character meme from our last campaign. Where he's like, "Yo, hi, charisma-based character." Where my sorcerer was a charisma-based character, and he was shit all at charisma checks.
Right. And
Yes, he
then
was.
fighting style. Do you want archery, defense, dueling, 2-weapon fighting? Archery?
Archery, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Style, archery. Gotcha.
All right.
I think that's it, right?
Seems like.
Cool.
Okay. So your attack with short bows will get +2.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I went back and chose Heavy Armor Master, just so you know.
Ooh.
Already added it in and gave myself the extra strength point.
Nice. All right. We're ready, I think.
Okay. So, how much time we got? I want to make sure we're good on that.
We got plenty of time. We got an hour 15.
All the time in the world.
That's way more time than this will take.
Yeah, we can just call it when this is done.
Okay, so we've got everybody built up. We got everybody enough that we can work with.
Why is there a dice covering my perfect face? And I still
Oh, sorry.
misuse. No one can see me.
Leave it there,
Sorry.
please.
There you go. How's that?
Feeling good? Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Sorry.
Okay, so
Real that.
this will have happened. This will have happened at least a handful of weeks ago. I'm going to go to determine when it was, though. So we're going to go to the Senior Constable Dunkirk, and how long has this patrol been working together? It can be no longer than a year and no shorter than 6 weeks.
We'll say 3 months.
3 months. So this patrol was formed about 3 months ago, and I'm going to go with something like 2 months ago, right? 2 months ago, it was a pretty common outing. Morning, it was dawn and Greygast. The sausage vendors were out selling sausages. The beer vendors were out selling sausages. Sausages sell really well in the mornings, basically. The pourers are selling sausages.
They're buying sausages.
While you're making your patrol, right? And I'll throw up the map here. Oh, the map's already up. So while you're making your patrol through the city, specifically, and I'll start mentioning districts so people kind of get comfortable and more or less familiar with them. And I'm going to eliminate other people's little tokens here because this is Dunkirk's. Dunkirk, you get to be red.
Ooh.
What color do I get to be?
shit brown. I don't know where
You
you
fucking
went.
give me that barf yellow brown. I'm
Dunkirk's
Mauve.
patrol. While you're making a cursory pass around the wall, which is the easiest, choicest fucking job to have in the guard. Nothing ever happens at the wall, and the guardsmen that are on the wall boys and girls, like they're really cool people. Like they never come down. They have like quarters up there. It's like a 30-foot wall, right? They never have to do anything. They more or less just stay half drunk and play games all day. They love the constables. They treat you guys really well. It's almost like a nice, friendly, professional relationship. So walking the wall, choicest job you can have on the ground. So this is a couple months ago as you guys are making, you pulled the duty to walk the wall for that day, which is basically just an invitation to eat sausages in the morning. You know? And somewhere around Westgate, which is the western gate of the city.
That looks like a penis.
There's a scream and a howl coming from what looks to be a squat but under renovations building off to the left. And it's so early in the morning, there's not many people out. So it's not as though there's crowds on the street. Just from a nondescript building in a part of town that's not really your part of town, screams.
Okay.
Am I reacting now?
Yeah,
please.
Take over,
All right.
y'all. There's screams.
All right, so I'll look back at the rest of the patrol. See, do you guys, where's that coming from? We need to check this out.
Canvas drop cloths. While everyone's attention's focused on it, I'll describe it. Canvas drop cloths, right, and strated stairs and platforms litter and paint the outside of the building. There's fresh coats of varnish on some new wooden parts. There's some fresh chisel marks in some of the stone facing. This is clearly a building under some renovation.
All right.
Okay.
Tig, I need you to go in and check this out.
Am I close to you? What's up?
Yeah, we're together.
We're all on patrol together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll. So there's just some shouts coming from the building. Nothing else
Screams,
going on.
in fact.
Hey,
Screams.
boss, are you sure you want to send Tig in by himself?
I feel like you're over
I'd
exaggerating.
be happy to accompany him.
Shouts and screams.
Yeah,
are same thing.
go in and watch his back, Mo.
All right. I'm gonna go up. I'm not gonna knock. I'm gonna forcefully open the door.
As you grab the door handle
Yes.
and like prepare yourself to throw a little shoulder into it. Is that what you do? You throw some shoulder into it?
Yeah, I'm ready to open the fucking door.
All right. You bring us over here and center us in. The door swings open without any effort. It wasn't locked or anything like that. Beyond another set of doors, you're sitting in sort of a almost a small lobby-like area where there's a fresh, nice oak polished table off to the left, right when you walk in. There's some papers and scrolls stacked up, but through a set of main doors, you can see pews. A newly cut flagstone on the floor, and a variety of cloaked and hooded figures standing about nervously. And they all, when you walk in and sunlight, daylight pours through what is a candle-lit and brazier-lit room, they all slowly turn to you, and the one seemingly in charge, in the most opulent robes, gazes upon you, white powdery makeup. Excuse me?
Tig, you're first in.
Do I need to roll initiative?
No.
No, I mean, if you want to.
So as Tig kind of fumbles for words, I brush past him. I'm like, "We heard a scream. Is someone in trouble in here?"
No, nothing like that. There's no screams in here. I think you've all been mistaken. He looks at you scrupulously and, given his passive perception score, takes into account that you're all dressed in gray armor and the like. Stops and says, "Oh, no, this is all a great misunderstanding. We have a permit, you see."
Can I take a survey of the emotions of everybody else in the room?
Can I?
Writing your insight, which you don't have to roll. Insight, like perception, is a passive experience, while I will roll it on this end and tell you what you glean from it. It's sort of a Matthew Colville way of looking at the world.
While he's perceiving, I'll be like, "Let me see that permit."
Tig, despite not being fantastic at this, you glean a sense of nervousness but honesty out of them, as though they may be keeping some things from you, but they are sort of legitimately here for like normal reasons.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can I help Mo investigate the, or I guess check out the whatever permit that is?
Yeah, I want to see their permit.
So you mentioned something. Basically, so what do you say? What do you say to them?
I said, "What? Let me see that permit." And I hold my little chubby hand out with a big
He
grin.
says, well, it's probably somewhere in the back in the main offices. Can I get it to you like maybe later though? Hold on.
I don't mind waiting. I brought snacks, and I reach in my bag and pull out a steam bun and start munching on it.
You all hear another ear-piercing scream coming from somewhere in the back, and they all look very nervous at this point.
I brush past Mo and I say, "No, we're gonna need to see that permit immediately. What's going on here?"
I start walking towards the candle, and I look at Tig like, yes or no?
I step forward to like here, and I say, "Listen, boys, I know what a scream sounds like. I know what someone in distress sounds like. That is what I just fucking heard. What is going on in this goddamn church?"
So, what kind of scream is it? Is it like a scream of joy or pain?
There's a scream.
Fear?
A scream is a scream.
He stops and lowers his head. And says, I may have gotten off onto a little bit of a wrong footing about all of that. We do need some help. If you could offer it. You see, there's and he walks up to all of you and shoos the rest of them to go away for a second, and they all look mumbled.
I tell him to keep his space. I keep an arm out, like, "Don't fucking touch me, you piece of shit."
He puts his hands up. He says, "I am the harbinger of screams of the darkest lord. Of the darkest lord, you know what I'm saying? The darkest lord. Yes, the harbinger of screams."
At that moment, I punch him in the jaw.
You just straight up deck him?
No. I want to. Do I know anything about the harbinger of screams? Do I know historical context?
That's like a shitty thing to be.
Here's where knowledge rolls are not unuseful in this game.
Yeah. Do I know the history of this group?
You could roll a history if you want. You could roll a religion if you want. Different knowledges may have different DCs. Right?
Yeah.
So you'll pick whatever knowledge you'd like to use, and we go from there.
Well, I want to go to history, because that's...
History, which will be basically every academic subject in the city, including bureaucracy and latest news.
Yeah, I rarely
by the way.
think to go to religion.
Give me your history.
All right. I didn't know if you wanted to roll it.
Nope, you're going to roll it.
All right. Let's see. Bring it up, Mo. History. Boom.
Is Sean black for everyone else? I'm just
his lights went out.
He lost power.
On a history of 12, there's only one thing you glean from this. You are not familiar with any of the crap this guy is saying, right? But you know for a fact that various temples, faiths, and cults pop up all the time. And it's plausible.
So, I'm going to kind of step in front of the group and assert my authority as captain of this patrol.
All right, easy there with your fucking "I'm the captain." We'll see who's in charge when this is all said and done.
We need to see that permit immediately, and my watchmen here are going to take a look around.
He says, "Are you in charge, sir? Are you the ranking person in charge?"
I say,
would it be okay
about a permit? This guy just said he's the goddamn harbinger of screams. It's like, does that sound good to you?
Shut your goddamn mouth.
As I look at Dunkirk,
he looks at Dunkirk. He says, "Could we speak just privately for just 2 seconds, away from your brabble, basically official but heretical people? It seems like you and I are on the same level."
No.
Shut the fuck up. I turn around. I tell Mo.
There's just speaking it privately. He's the harbinger of screams.
Mo, I'm going to need you to lead the other two and take a look around while I talk to this harbinger of screams.
The harbinger raises up. A very tall guy raises up with his spindly and almost skeletal frame and says, "There are refreshments over there inside. You can have obviously fake blood or real blood."
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink
Rose
your
blood.
fucking Kool-Aid, you piece of
had
shit.
me at-
What's
he
going
had
on
me
in
at
this goddamn church?
He had me at refreshments. I'm like, oh, refreshments. And I-
There's deep ebony pools of ink-stained wine, so it looks black. That's how they like it. And also there are cupcakes.
cupcakes, and I make my way over
just-
to where the
I
cupcakes
grabbed-
might be.
So
I grabbed Mo by the arm.
all of you should have control of your little token just to move it until we obviously get character portrait one. So
Yeah.
drag
No,
yourselves
I'm
on.
not moving. I'm like right up in this motherfucker's
Where
face.
are the
Like,
cupcakes?
beside Dunkirk.
Towards
That's
the
what I want.
front, up there on the dais with the other general
Oh.
catering refreshments.
I
It's
make my
clear-
way
it's
up
clear,
to the cupcakes.
It's clear that renovations are going on.
And how many cupcakes are there on the table?
Easily a good dozen and a half of them.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be rude, so I'll just take like 14.
None of them. Nobody seems to want to stop you.
Okay, I'm going to immediately
So the
start eating
harbinger,
them.
the harbinger
Immediately.
leans into Dunkirk and makes a motion over to, Tig being violent and angry. He says,
I'm not violent.
I would like to, if we
This
can
is
just
not
talk
violence.
very briefly in private.
No.
Yeah, so before I go to follow him, I turn around and say, Tig, you're going to stay here at the entrance.
And I say, his name is the Harbinger of Screams, and you want to talk to him? Private.
And Pud, I'm going to need you to just kind of take a look around.
All
And
right.
I say, I'm going to stay with you, Dunkirk, and I'm not going to say anything, most likely. Probably
Same.
going to say something.
You're going to stay right here at the entrance and
No,
watch for anybody else.
I'm
to
going to
come.
listen to what he fucking has to say. This is bullshit. People,
So-
people are screaming.
You
People
guys are focusing on the harbinger screams, but I think we're forgetting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate how good these cupcakes taste?
Another
I look at
scream-
McTasty and I
an-
go, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Do you watch your calories?
Another scream happens from up there past those two doors up on the dais.
Where are the doors
I'm
at?
going to.
I start pushing my way up.
Yeah.
Past-
I'm gonna go for the doors. I'm gonna go for the doors. I'm gonna go for this one.
Jesus Christ, you guys don't listen for shit.
Well, maybe
okay.
you should be a better fucking
Done.
leader.
So-
Riley, what he discusses with you is in whispered chat.
Okay. I'm not going to try to keep this secret. I'm going to make it clear by no terms and circumstances we do not accept any bribes.
No, we misunderstood. We misunderstood what I was trying to say here. It's not a bribe or anything.
Do I hear the word bribe? I'm gonna step right back behind the motherfucking Harbinger of Scream.
So,
So,
I keep pushing through the door.
yeah.
Tig, I'm going to need you to.
As you're up against the door, right? One of the cultists that's here basically just tries to stop you. Says, "Don't open that. They like we can't get the doors open. They've blocked them."
Oh, don't worry. I'm pretty strong. And I take my cupcakes and I just load them in my right hand and just put my right shoulder into it without even checking to see if the door's open. I'm just blindly trusting that she says it's stuck.
And I
So-
grab a candle and light the other one on fire.
If you're just testing it out, there's no roll. If you're trying to bust the door open, that
Oh
will
no,
be an
I'm going all in.
athletics roll
Okay?
as you throw that shoulder into it.
It's a 9.
And the door doesn't so much as creak. And then you hear a voice from the other side saying, "Stop pushing on it, Tina."
I look around and I go, who the fuck is Tina?
I light the other
All
door
right.
on fire.
Wait, don't.
Now,
No.
flashing back over to the other side of the temple, the Harbinger just says, "I'm very sorry about this. Look, this is all created a big misunderstanding. We need to get back there, but we can't."
Well, first I'm going to let you know that you will be under arrest for not having your permit.
Well, God will choose. I understand all that, and whores will have their trinkets, but I don't think that's important now. And a scream happens from the other side.
Okay, so we walk toward the door, and I'm going to Tig, Mo, this is you. Get that door open.
All right.
No. Who is Tina?
I don't know. So I'm realizing this door is serious. In a rare moment, I set my cupcakes down and go full hog at the door even harder.
As you ask, "Who's Tina?" this particular young lady in robes goes, "I'm Tina."
And
And Mo crashes into the door. Give me another athletics check. Give me advantaged
Yeah.
because
I put my
you're doing
cupcakes
circumstances. You're doing circumstances like throwing yourself against it. 16. The door doesn't open.
Oh,
It
Wait.
rocks a little bit.
I
It rocks a little bit. You take 2 bludgeoning damage from throwing yourself bodily against it. That
worth
way.
it.
Is there an
What?
Is
wait,
there
hold on,
another
hold on.
way?
Let me describe this.
Yes.
What happens is, let me say you rocked it. You break the locking mechanism with the head, so the door is actually swinging a fraction of an inch, but something's blocking it. At which point, upon you doing so, same voice from before saying, "You need to cut that shit out."
I push my my battle axe against Tina and whisper to her to say whatever she has to say to get the door open.
Oh, fuck that! No, oh, she fucking like the. All the
follow
cultists-
her.
Once the weapons come out and it's threatening, they all just go, "Oh, I'm not going to do all that. I'm not."
Wait.
The Harbinger's like, "No, everybody stay. We'll get this resolved."
I want to grab Putty's axe and lower it down and tell him that he needs to calm down a little bit.
It's like, look, there's some bad things going on back there. I will own that, okay? But I think we could probably resolve it without a lot of problems.
I wanna look the Harbinger in the eyes, and I'm sitting close to him, and like he can see that I'm obviously fucking strong, and I want to be like, what is behind those doors?
A couple of our most senior acolytes may have been. I told them to prepare a ritual. I didn't tell them to finish it because we clearly don't have the right permits for that.
A ritual? That's bullshit. What kind of ritual?
It's
What
perfectly
is behind
legal.
those doors?
Those are religiously
give me some-
protected beliefs. I'm just explaining. They jumped the gun. Okay.
Okay.
And I think they
ritual
called
did you tell them to
forth.
prepare?
I think.
What ritual did you tell them?
Well, it was to commune with an essence of our great divine Eblis, the destroyer of all worlds. But that's okay.
Why? I want to punch you right now.
It's
perfectly
cosmopolitan.
legal. We're working on the permit. It's perfectly legal. They were just to prep it. They weren't to finish it. But it looks like they finished it, and there's some things dying back there.
None
Is
of
there
this
a-
seems legal.
Is there another way to that room other than this door?
We have been trying to get through that door all fucking morning.
Okay,
What-
so Catlin,
Can I
I like the
push
door on
open
fire.
the broken lock door now?
can I come up here and just fucking
That's
get this
enough.
door open? What's
It
the
is
strength
open.
of
I
that?
broke the lock.
No, you broke the lock, but like there's something blocking it.
He
I'm
broke the
gonna-
lock on this one, and it's obstructed. This one has not been shoved on yet.
Okay, I'm gonna
'Cause
be
I'm
like,
down here. I was pushing on this door.
hey, oh wait, can I grab the Harbinger by the collar and pull him up to the altar with me?
Oh wait! This is the one with the broken lock. This is the one that's
Yeah.
not
I
this is
kick-
the one not yet open.
I kicked this door over here.
All right, Putty gives me a mighty kick on the, we'll say, northern door.
Yeah, let
Give me an athletics check.
athletics.
Literally, their cultists like trying to leave and stuff. And he's like, no, it's okay. We'll be all fine. We'll handle. We'll get back to normal.
I'm
We'll
gonna
Pig,
stay.
stand at the entrance.
Yeah,
and
I'm
don't
gonna
let
stay at
anybody
the
leave.
entrance here. I'm gonna stay at the entrance here.
Which is what I asked you to do to begin with, but you know, whatever.
calling
you.
upon his years of bouncer
Constable, Mister in
experience.
charge.
All right, so Putty kicked the shit out of the fucking door.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Nat 20.
Okay, so not only do you bust the lock on it, but over and above what you needed to do, you kick the door clean off the hinges.
I did.
And then I shall make a reveal here, so we can kind of see into this room.
Ooh.
And that should do it.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
All right. Keeping in mind this door is still impassable. So as you do that, you see that there is a figure inside that's trying to shove crates up against this side of the door. He just hadn't gotten there yet.
Okay. Well,
he
then,
just he more or
Putty,
less
let's go in.
stops where he is and says, "Oh shit, you shouldn't have done that."
Whoops.
You notice that the floors are all oily and slick.
Uh-oh.
Slick shoes.
all right.
What
So
the
Putty and Mo, let's examine this. Tig, don't let anybody leave.
I slowly walk into
The figure inside kind of steps doesn't step into the puddle, but he just steps and says, "Oh my God! I think the Harbinger's about to do. He's about to do it! Oh shit!"
About to do what?
What?
Yeah.
I want everybody to go ahead and roll me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, good. I'm
damn.
really strong with that shit.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
done.
highest stat I provided. I think.
I'm -1.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, come on.
We are looking for 13s. So Dunkirk succeeded.
Yeah.
Wait,
Why is
I'm
that not
even
rolling
close,
for me?
so I don't know what the fuck
I don't know. I'll roll it for you. Putty.
You just click wisdom, right?
Boop.
You click on wisdom save.
I rolled it
So
for you, Putty.
There.
You made it.
You made it. Both of you made it. So yes, it's good. So
shit,
I didn't make it.
So
Jake didn't.
here's how this is going to end up structuring out. As we immediately go into combat rounds, I'm going to make sure everybody's on our little initiative tracker.
Hey,
People are gonna wanna
Spade
roll.
asked if he should have 1,000 more gold, Catlin, because of his donation earlier, where I chugged.
Oh, I'm on it. Got it, Spate.
So I want everybody to roll initiative.
I don't want to.
No.
Where do I need to roll initiative? How does that? Do I just?
It's up between armor class and speed.
There we go. I got it. I got it here. I think.
Weird fractional
Damn it,
initiative.
All right. So what's
We need
going
Mo-
on?
We need Mo to roll initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry. Boop. Hey, thanks for the follow. All right, this is.
Oh, did we
getting
get
out
a
of
follow?
hand.
That's
Yeah, we
good
did.
enough for a shotgun because I said so in chat.
Thanks for the follow.
Feet. Sorry. One sec. Mo's character sheet. Initiative. There you go. How's that for an
There you go.
initiative?
Not bad.
Who followed
Cheater.
us?
You cheated.
All right, so it's going to be know who you go after, right? So Mo, Tig, then Putty. I will get to go, and then Dunkirk. And then I'm going to move this out of my way because I don't need it no more. All right, so only people that succeeded in the wisdom save get to go in the first round. Everyone else is kind of taken, you know, with the simple distraction of, hey, look over there,
Hey, thanks for the follow, Nail. Katie.
which is what we did.
Thank you.
So
Hey.
Dunkirk will get to go in his initiative, as will Putty. The other two, we will skip your first turn.
Oh.
So that means that we start with Putty's go. As you notice that Mo and Tig both turn their heads and focus on shit that isn't happening with this very juvenile distraction of, hey, look over there, while he makes a run for it. However, you get to go.
And who is that? Me?
Yep.
I don't have any sight on the Harbinger currently, do I?
No.
All right,
and you know,
then.
and you know that was just a distraction from this fella in here.
Okay, this dude right here. I pull out my short bow and I draw and I release on him.
You draw and you fire. Go ahead and give me a shot as you try to sting him.
All right, where is my? There it is. And that's normal roll.
For 8. You fire an arrow off and catch him right in the middle of his robes. He hunkers back and screams like a girl, like a little tiny girl. At which point it is my go. He freaks out. Says, "Oh shit! We are going to make this super simple. He is going to go ahead and try to maybe command you." All right. So, how command's going to end up working? Speak a one-word command to someone I can see. Obviously, I can see you.
Yeah.
You're taking shots at me. You will give me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Or you will follow the command of drop. with the inflection of he literally wants you to hit the ground and go prone.
Okay. 17.
You more than pass it. He realizes that his calling upon the dark powers at his command did not do shit. So he is going to make a break for it. Oh shit! At which point, his companion.
He just ran through all that oil?
He ran straight through it. Which is point his companion goes, oh crap. She moves over, gets an eye line on Pud, and arcing out from her hand is a dark purplish energy that ends up smacking you for, let's see here.
Don't worry, guys. I have an armor class of 12.
Looks for 9. You take
3.
9 damage.
All right, so I'm at 3. Oh wait, no, that's
The feeling
4.
the feeling is basically that moment when your feet start waking up from being asleep, where it's kind of painful but also ticklish. It's like that, but like times 100. Like it hurts, but you find yourself like almost enthralled by it for a
It
second.
hurts so good.
Hurts so good. At which point their turn is straight up over, and we move into Dunkirk. You get to go.
All right. Seeing as that these people are attacking one of my constables, I approach the one with Fire the Magic.
As you go racing in, I want you to give me a dex save, racing across
They
the
put the
oily
oil.
slick.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You're looking for a 12.
You just went on the oil?
Look at that save.
You pass it.
All right. So I draw my longsword as I approach her and attack her. If I can find it. Here we go.
Nat 20 save.
Yeah, not bad.
Ugh.
It's a swing, it's a miss. Your sword clatters against the boards, freshly placed right in this little stairwell. Your sword sticks for a moment, but you wrench it free as chips go flying. Wrapping it back around, Mo's turn.
All right. So, obviously, this guy who's trying to distract us, he knows the most, and
He wasn't distracting you. It was
Oh.
this guy trying to get you to look at him so he could run.
Oh. Never mind. With that new information, this lock is still broken right here, right?
Yeah, that lock's straight up broken.
So I can push open and step right next to this guy?
It is obstructed.
All right. I am going to reach out and
Touch fate.
kind of grab a hold of him and wrangle
Nope,
him.
the door is obstructed.
Oh, the door is obstructed.
Yeah, you can't get in.
Nothing has changed about that.
Oh, right, because there's crates.
However, if you're using your athletics to bust it down, 25 will.
Well, I've already tried to bash it twice, and my shoulder's pretty out of whack.
Sure,
because of it.
yeah. All right, so roll back. You have your turn. What do you do?
So he told me, he's like, look at that Harbinger. He's causing trouble.
And you fall for it.
Yeah, and I fall for it. So naturally, I'm going to move to him and grab a hold of him.
Well, hold on. You fall for it with your wisdom save, but immediately afterwards, you realize that dude's just standing there. That guy made a run for it.
Oh.
It's not mind control. It's a fake out.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, but I did roll a 20. Are you letting me use that athletics to bust through the door?
You lost your turn on the first turn. That was the consequence.
Oh, okay. So that athletics is trash. Well, I will... Wait, did you say I could use that 25 to bust my way through the door?
We can fit that in. Yeah.
That sounds beautiful. So I bust through the door.
That's your action.
Yep. And
Movement.
I'm standing next to him. Because I can't
Excellent. As
do
you move
anything
in,
yet.
give me a dex save looking for DC 12 as the ground is slick beneath your feet.
All right. 12. I'll take it.
12, you barely make it, almost slipping. Mo goes sliding a little bit. Looks like he'll lose his footing, but ultimately finds a stance that works for him.
Beautiful.
Tig gets to go.
All right. First off, Tig is going to shotgun this beer because someone followed, and I said I would if someone followed. It was Nails, I think.
Tig's looking to get drunk.
Tig's
He
looking to
always
get
is.
fucked up. I'll be right back.
Okay. Wait, where? Oh, there you go. You shotgunning. Was that Bud Light? Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh, girl.
All right. I'm gonna see what's going on with the rest of my people, like fighting up front.
Mm-hmm.
One second.
Most of them have retreated back behind the dais through those doors.
And I'm gonna say,
You're gonna throw up on camera. Do it.
everyone in this room is under arrest.
Oh, shit.
Don't move. You're under arrest.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Done. Moving on, Putty gets to go again.
Right. Looking around this room, where do I see candles lighting the room on the walls? Is there?
There are a number of hanging chandeliers throughout this back room area.
Okay. Then I'm going to.
The ceilings appear to be very tall. Above the chandeliers are rafters and darkness above that.
If I run the outskirts of this, I can avoid the oil. I'm assuming.
You can, if you don't think you can make that deck save.
Just to be safe, I'm gonna do that. So putting it here, my movement's 30,
No save needed.
and I can do an action still. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I'm gonna release another arrow on that dude right in front of Mo.
His name is Wayne.
Wayne.
Oh, Wayne.
You
Wayne.
Firing on this
Fucking
guy because he
Wayne.
said, look that way.
Yep, firing on him.
Guys
See,
are
that's
so
Wayne.
violent.
I don't like Wayne.
I wasn't going to attack until this person cast magic at my guy.
So give me a shot.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, I was.
Gosh, they're going to sue us for police brutality.
They can't sue us if they're dead.
Yeah. Just burn the place down.
That's a good trick I can pull from the playbook. You're being sure.
So 23 will hit, and taking 6 as you fire an arrow that pierces in his right side. He stumbles a little bit, cusses, and insists that but he didn't even do anything, though.
Yeah, I know.
So their go. He stops and says, I am really looking up at Mo, the sort of much larger figure looming, busting through that door. Just, I'm really sorry about this, man. I hope you don't hold it against me. It's just I got to get the hell out of here. As he goes ahead, and we're going to do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's do a proper inflict. We shall inflict the wounds upon you. We will go ahead and roll for our melee spell attack. What is your AC?
My AC is 18 with the shield.
He reaches for you, and somehow nimbly you manage to shuffle out of the way as his hands crackle with a dark energy that doesn't actually hit you. For 3d10 necrotic damage.
I
So
make
you're
a face, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how could you?
At that point, he doesn't give up. But he's going to just make a run for it. You will get an opportunity attack if you like.
Yeah, that guy just tried to whack me.
He tried to whack you a little bit.
You
I
did.
try to be peaceful, but these guys take my cast iron ladle.
You club him for a solid 8. The clanging sound rings out throughout the high walls and stone floors.
Claw.
And moving on, we go to her go as she tries to do more or less the same thing. She's like, "Oh shit!" Seeing Wayne run away,
Wayne.
she drops some science on you and does hit though for 3d10 necrotic damage.
Oh,
Wayne.
shit.
15.
That's a lot of damage coming out.
Dunkirk, 15 necrotic damage.
Fuck.
At which point, after that happens, she runs for it. 1, 2. You may get an opportunity attack.
I do want to do that very much so.
Slashing for 5 as you swing your sword and it cuts through some flesh, but definitely like part of that ostentatious, gaudy-looking robe, as she races down the stairs in a frightened, panicked hurry. Moving forward, that's their go. It now is Dunkirk's go.
I'm going to. I'm not feeling very good. I'm going to call for backup. Mo, fucking shit. What's your name? Putty.
You.
Yeah, you.
Man.
One's escaping to the basement, and I follow.
He's gonna go and run on down there.
I'm gonna stand here.
Just run on down there.
I'm going to stand here at the landing and just kind of see if I can. Yeah, that's it.
At least wait for your people.
Yeah.
All right, you move, and that's where you go. Moving around, Mo gets to go. Just top of the key.
All right. So is this way upstairs and this way downstairs?
You are in the upstairs. This is just
Right.
a landing up there with an ornate,
So it goes down.
window, and then it's just a downstairs.
All right. I'm going to make my way up a little bit and wait for the rest of the party.
Making
All
my
right.
way
Or actually,
downtown.
Dunkirk can cover me from up there, right?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna.
I like how you
I'm gonna.
guys left me in a room with 7 fucking people.
You got him
I'm
under
like-
arrest. You got it under control.
Yeah, they're under arrest.
They're under arrest.
They're under arrest, man.
You were so aggressive earlier. You didn't want to listen to my orders.
All right.
Oh well, this.
I'm gonna go
All right.
down to the very bottom of the
go.
stairs, if possible.
All right, you gonna like peek down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna like peek around, like get to the bottom and look and take stock of the situation.
So as you kind of sneak a little bit, not sneak obviously, but as you creep a little bit
Yep.
down the stairs, you can feel warmth and heat from down there, as though there's something hot. Maybe it's a furnace or something. And the moment there's a clear line of sight from anything standing down there, right, and the stairs you're coming down, a zap and blast of energy craters through one of the boards of the stairs as you pull back just a touch.
Ugh.
There is definitely something waiting.
I'm gonna stay right where I am. I mean,
All right.
the rule of thumb with our party is like we need to listen to the leader, so obviously he should go down first, and we follow his lead.
All right, Tiggs, go.
You're no longer under arrest if you help me apprehend this criminal as I step to block the path of Wayne.
Ooh, you're creating
This-
a mod squad.
The
So
screamer.
you move, and anything else?
Be good citizens. I'm gonna move and I'm gonna do some damage. Is there enough room for me to move from where I was, which is right here, I think? Yeah.
You have a movement of 30. It's 5 per square.
Right there.
All right, I'm gonna move there and I'm gonna fucking hit Wayne in the goddamn face of the club.
You unfurl your billy club, and you attempt to crack him right across the head while he's fleeing for his life.
He's a
I need to find my attack here. I don't know where it's at. Hit. It says I got 3 hit dice. I don't know how to interpret this.
Here, click club.
Click club.
Yep, click
Club.
that. Click it.
Submit.
There you go.
15 will hit, and 5 as you crack a club right across his motherfucking face. You break his nose, and he screams out. You're done?
How does the audience, as in the 8 people, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in this room that I originally said was under arrest, how do they react to me being
They look horrified.
you're no longer under arrest if you help me with this, bruh.
Yeah.
So, was there any reaction to that? Are they
Not at all.
none at all? Okay,
None.
all right. I'm confident with my Billy clubbing the fuck out of his face. All right,
Putties go.
Oh, fuck, man. I have 4 fucking hit points. Hey, I'm not feeling too good, guys. Fuck it. I'll stand at the top of the stairs with Mo.
You mean at the bottom?
All right.
Bottom of the stairs with Mo.
Okay, and there go. So all these people run. just hauling ass out of there while the Harbinger's like, no, don't leave yet. No, it's fine. It'll all be fine. Just come back next Wednesday. And then he just like, I'm sure you all have this all well in hand. I'm just going to excuse myself. And Wayne is going to. He does not have a lot left in his. He's gonna go ahead and bless himself a little bit and shield himself in swarthing, slimy-looking oils that start coming out of his robes and almost hovering an inch above his body in an inconsistent, heterogeneous paste of swarming around him, which gives him a benefit to AC. Thank God, and he's running for it. You may get an opportunity attack if you'd like.
Crack him, Tig.
Oh shit! Vape is gone.
Jake, where the fuck did you go?
I will take care of it. Tig.
That shotgun hit him hard.
Apparently.
Tig is going to use
I was
his
seeing.
club.
Can I lasso? What's up? Hang on, I'm coming back.
Oh.
I have my headphones on. What's up? Hang on. Let me button my pants before I get back in front
You
of the
get an
green
attack
screen.
of opportunity as Wayne runs by you.
I was here. I was like forcing it out as fast as possible.
One goddamn job.
Okay, so did everybody leave? I've got a rope on me. Can I attempt to lasso the
Not
Harbinger
yet.
of Screams before
It's
he
not your
leaves?
turn. You
Yeah,
have an attack of
that's
opportunity.
that.
Does the lasso with the rope count as an attack of opportunity or no?
Just
No.
an attack. You need to make
Okay.
an attack.
Is a grapple an attack of opportunity?
That's an ability check. You can make an attack.
Yes,
You
I'm
can hit
going
him
to
with your
attempt to.
club.
I'm going to attempt to grapple the Harbinger of Screams.
Can't do that.
No, you can hit him
you
with a
weren't-
club.
One, hold on. One, you weren't next to him.
Okay.
He
Two,
wasn't-
that's an ability check, not an attack.
All right. I'm going to attempt to attack of opportunity. Whoever I can attack of opportunity.
Wayne runs
The
by.
only person, the
Hit
only
him with a
person
club.
that was in range was Wayne, and the only reason you get your opportunity attack is because he gave you one as he fled.
All right. I just rolled it.
So
Yeah.
20 with 7. Now, whenever anything, and this actually is in the rules for D&D, it doesn't get used very often. You have the option when you're using melee attacks, doesn't work for range and basically doesn't work for magic, to when you drop something to 0, right, that can either kill them or knock them out. So he's dropped to 0. It's just your call.
I would like to kill him.
He's dead.
God.
As you open his head from the backside with a club.
Oh
And
shit!
he goes
LAPD,
skidding across-
motherfuckers!
He goes skidding across the floor, falling into pews and such.
So what has happened so far? The child is child. We made characters, and then I use that character to kill another character. That's what happened so far.
Alright.
I want to say that I have a positive KD in this game so far. You guys
Put his robe on. Put his robe on.
All right.
Put his robe on.
All
There
right.
you go.
What's next?
As he leaves a blood smear on his way down.
Oh, nice.
Oh, graphic.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's terrible.
graphic.
Yeah, that's what we did. This patrol's got a reputation already. Now, for the time being, that drops us out of combat. As
Okay.
everybody is assembled at the top of the stairs, or obviously Tig's over here.
Mhm.
Everyone else is hauling ass, like out into the streets and shit.
All right. I think we need to get the Harbinger. But we aren't
Yeah.
aware that they're all running. Tig's the only one who's aware, right? That everyone
yeah.
made a
That's
break
true.
for.
There's nothing I can do with the constraints of initiative, okay? So
Because
fuck
I gave-
you.
I gave
We're
Tig
out
one
of
job,
combat.
That's not to let anybody out of the door. So
No more
Are we
combat.
out of com- are,
Yes,
are we out of
he said
combat?
we're out of initiative. Yes.
Can I attempt to intercept the Harbinger?
You want to try to chase him down the street?
Yeah, no, I want to be like, motherfucker, you're under arrest. All 8 of you are under arrest.
They all break out into the open. They're going some same ways, different ways, down alleyways. The Harbinger's hiking up his robe and his spindly white legs, like racing down the street.
Is there
No.
anything I can do to catch up to the Harbinger?
We can make an opposed athletics check,
Okay?
and the winner is essentially going to close this chase or get away.
All right. Okay. 22
Ooh.
athletics.
Mine is a 14.
Fuck you, you
Yeah.
shitty
It's
DM.
at-
Now
Athletic
don't
check.
kill this one. Tig,
almost a block down the street, you manage to grab a hold of him.
Okay.
And he says, "I'm not doing anything."
Is there a wall? Like, are we in an alley? Can I like fucking?
Right, open street. You want to drag him into an alley?
No, I wanna just like push him up against a goddamn brick wall and be like, "Fuck you, dude. You are doing something. Don't give me this. I'm innocent. Bullshit. I don't want none of that. I wanna prosecute this motherfucker."
He wants to.
You vaguely hear, because you're not even a block away. You're just down the street and open doors and stuff. You vaguely hear, but the other three of you inside hear it much more loudly. Screams coming from the basement.
Oh, we gotta go, guys.
After you.
But I do have the Harbinger in my hands.
You do. Yeah, you got him.
I turn. All right, perfect. I turn back and look at Dunkirk, awaiting orders.
And all of you realize that your Medius member is not with you.
Look back at Dunkirk, awaiting orders.
God damn it, I hate being in charge. We gotta figure out what this is. We don't even know, I guess, that Tig has left the building. So I will go down with Mo, Putty. I need you to go check on Tig.
Okay.
Bring him back if you can.
Are you sure about that, sir?
Questioning orders?
You're gonna take the.
So you guys go downstairs?
Be like, I know Tig. He can handle his own in the streets.
Putty does not.
We can post up here and wait for them to come back, but the longer we wait, we don't know what's going on down.
Do they see the corpse I left in the
Yeah. You see that you see Wayne, you see that senior alkalite, just a blood smear, an open head, and brains on the floor.
Mo, you're standing at the bottom of the stairs. What do you see right now?
What do I see aside from
you went
that
down?
stair?
Did somebody go down the stairs?
Yeah, I'm at the bottom. You said that arc of energy kind of like erupted right as I went down.
Right.
And there was like a heat from a furnace.
Correct.
That is all I've seen.
That's all you've seen.
Yep.
So we went.
I look at Dunkirk and I say, "You know I'd follow you anywhere," and I gesture for him to lead in front of me.
We will. I have a better idea. We're going to go get Tig and the Harbinger. We're going to force the Harbinger to go down with us.
You step outside the building, and you see, again, not very far, on a fairly empty early morning street. You see Tig with the dude up against a wall.
Tig.
Meanwhile, Tig. I want to take Wayne's bloody robe, and put it on.
You guys very oddly put on a bloody robe.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so
being a half-orc and him being just some spindly little dude,
I just put it on my head.
It's ill-fitting and bloody. So yes, you've caught up to Tig.
Alright, so I yell at Tig. Tig, you had one fucking job and you let almost everybody get away.
I look at fucking Dunkirk and I go, "Are you shitting me? There were 8 of them, and I got the leader, and I killed the other guy. Fuck you, you piece of shit."
Wow.
It's like, what?
Bring the Harbinger back here with you.
I want to attempt to apprehend the Harbinger and bring him back into the church.
You've got a hold of him. He's not very strong.
Okay,
he doesn't even try to fight you.
I'm gonna walk him back into the church, into the area of worship.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna lead them back down to the staircase. Harbinger, you're coming with us, and you're going first.
I didn't mean to move my guy. Sorry.
No. I'd rather not do that. I'm not qualified to do that. I don't know what's down there.
I draw my sword and get behind him, and I put the tip of the sword to his back and say, "Harbinger, you're coming with us."
Look, it's a furnace room down there. We keep some of our materials down there. I will tell you everything about it down there. But if there's something down there, you're just sending me to die.
I say, Harbinger, look at me.
What fucking constables are you?
I say, hey, Harbinger, look at me. It's your friend Wayne talking to you. Let's go downstairs.
He finds that unconvincing and horrific.
I take my billy club and I just like rack it in my hands a little bit, like hit my hand like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, Do you want your fucking skull split open, or are you gonna go the fuck downstairs? What's up?
He walks sort of in that direction, and he just kind of catching everybody in the eyes he can. He says, "I'm sorry, I didn't have permits. This is a legal structure. I am a donor to the city. You can't just execute me by sending me down into a monster's den. What is wrong with you?"
And
This is your structure, Harbinger.
It is my structure. I'm perfectly fine with you commandeering it or quarantining it. This happens from time to time. Why am you going to murder me for this?
Are we going to murder you, or is what you created going to murder you,
You're sending
motherfucker?
me where there's something down there where things are screaming. I think that's probably murder.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
I saunter up to him and I'm like, "Look, Tig can get a little aggressive, and I know you're having a hard time right now." And I pat him on the back, and I offer him, and I say, "Cupcake?" I hold it out in front of him.
Like he's screaming and he's crying and shit, and he's talking about his family, and please don't murder me. And I'm a citizen of the city. Please don't fucking murder me.
Look, guys, I'm not feeling good about this.
No. I look at the Harbinger in the eyes, and I say, I will die before you die, because you're my motherfucking prisoner. We're going downstairs together. And you're not leaving a goddamn space away from me. I'll follow you around this. Keep walking, motherfucker. I'm following you.
As you gang him down the stairs, he's blubbering, his makeup's running.
I'm gonna get in front of him just a little bit, but also I'm not leaving a space away from him. The Harbinger is my prisoner, but he's going downstairs with me. But also, I want to make sure that I'm in between him and what we're going in front of. You know what I mean?
I got you. I'm moving stuff down. Just give me a second.
Quick question: does that dumb-fitting robe help my AC at all?
Not a lick.
No way.
I just look like a dickhead.
As you come down the stairs,
Hey, I'm in front of the Harbinger because I'm protecting him. Technically, because he's my
you see what appears to be a fresh body in a pool of oily slick that's rapidly melting.
Tell us what's going on here, Harbinger.
He says, I'm not sure, but it's probably... He starts looking around and stuff. He says, it's probably not safe to be here.
Is there...
He looks down at the pile down there, and you see robes amongst the dross and the bones and the meat that's falling apart. He says, I think that was Thessa. Oh, damn, that's Thessa. Oh, boy. We shouldn't be here, I don't think.
I roll an investigation to see if I find the source of where that energy and stuff was coming from down in the basement.
You may do so. You don't really glean anything other than that might have been Thessa before she screamed and died.
Cool.
Was Thessa
Guys, I think
the
that was
other
Thessa.
one you guys were fighting?
That being said, I am going to ask for initiative.
Okay.
There we go.
God damn it.
No one will miss out on their first turn of surprise because everyone is obviously wary as well.
God damn, Sean.
Yeah, look at those initiatives.
It's not gonna help me. I have fucking 4 hit points. Means I get to fucking. I might as well just kill myself.
If only one of us had rolled a healer. God damn it.
All right.
What were we thinking?
So, I've got the initiative, and it falls from, like I said, the ceiling, darkness above the light.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh,
I am
hello.
in front, though, if that helps you guys.
it does. It makes me
Does
feel
a
very
lot.
good.
Should delay
So-
time while I run back upstairs.
No, that's not how this works.
Ah,
Ugh.
That's
horrific
scary.
looking. As it comes falling from the ceiling in gooey, long strands of ooze. All right, here we go. Time for the fun stuff. Leading off is Putty. You're the first to see it.
Shoot it.
I
It
say
is massive. It must be 400 pounds of inky, horrible stuff.
I shoot it
I shoot the fucking thing. That's what I'm doing. So you fire your short bow. You notice as you pierce it, tearing and gouging a hole through the mucosal membranes of its flesh, it lets out a silent shudder, an unearthly silent scream.
Ugh.
As though it recognizes what happened, even though it just can't, it has no discernible way to. Then it gets to go. It moves not around things, right? Not even over things, but a little bit T-1000 in Terminator 2 moving through iron bars. It just moves through everything. Like engulfing that part of a chair and that table as it makes its way forward to where obviously Tig is on the lowest step of the landing. It doesn't lash out. That's not its attack. A pseudopod of oily, inky blackness extends almost slowly, right? Almost horrifically slowly. You try to move out of the way and dodge, but it's so massive and it just keeps coming at you that eventually, let's see if it touches. It doesn't.
Yes.
The slow moving, massive, oily pseudopod, like the size of like a beach ball kind of a thing, just almost groping blindly for Tig. Tig manages to move just a bit out of the way, but you can see that the wood, little drips and splatters of it, are corroding and eating away at the wooden stairs that it's barely grazing. So yeah, that's its turn. Then we go with Mo. You get to go.
Oh my god. So I'm going to I was bringing up a picture of it. I am going to, oh my god, I don't know how to react to this thing. So it's coming after Tig. We got this guy. So over here, that's like a lit. Is that lit? Is that fire?
That appears to be a bunch of coals and stuff, yes.
Okay. I feel like if we get this into this, we'll be good.
I agree.
Let's try and, can I move around to this side?
You can move over there. It's not terribly difficult to hop down. It's not a very high level from where you're moving from.
I'm going to say, come get me, you sad excuse for pudding. And I'm going to try and intimidate it. It seems to have some intelligence as it moves.
Pretty rudimentary, but let's see how well you do.
And I wave my hands. I'm like, woo! Look at me. I'm big and tasty. I'm a lot bigger and slower and tastier than the rest of these guys. Would that be intimidation?
I'll let you give a go on it.
Why not?
Ooh, not bad.
At a 15, you can't discern that it even hurt you. You don't know that it didn't.
Well, see, the second part of my plan was, if it didn't work, I'm the furthest person away from it. So either way, it's a success.
Either way, it's a win. Moving on from Mo, Tig gets to go.
I'm going to hit it with a club.
Just club it right upside it. It's
I'm
bullshit.
just going to club it.
So a 12 is enough to hit it. As you beat on it, it's sort of the slap of the great paddle of the club smacks it. And it seems to recoil from that. It doesn't seem to like that at all. Almost judging you for it.
All right, fair.
It's fair. It's perfectly fair. That's how I meant it. All right, so that's Tig's go. Dunkirk, you get to go.
All right. As I look around the room, do I see anything that I can potentially like light on fire, or like a wooden broom handle or something that I could stick into the coals?
In the furnace room, there's not a lot of things laying out that can be caught on fire.
All right. Well, in that case,
there is a stack of wood and coal over here in the corner, but it's just way over there.
right.
Who's the alcoholic? You have a flask?
All right. So I am going to.
What's your choice?
Yeah, can I like jump down here without going across like next to? Either way, he's gonna get an attack opportunity. All right, I'm gonna jump down next to Tig, and I'm
Yep.
going to attack with my sword.
As you attack it with your sword, slashing away. We're working with like an AC of 8, fellas. It's not hard to hit. It's massive and slow. A 9 manages to hit, right? As you hit it with the sword, what you notice is that it doesn't shudder like when it was hit with the club. And it doesn't seem to react like it did, right, to when it was shot with the arrow, right? Sort of a gouging and tearing. As you slice through it, it's like cutting warm butter. It just parts. As though it didn't give a shit.
Well, that sucks.
Oh,
And-
sweet. Now
Oh
it's
no!
Oh,
Way to go!
What have I done? What have I
Fearless
done?
leader.
And now there are 2 of them.
2 smaller?
Oh yeah, they're now
Yeah.
just medium-sized terrible things.
And they're not what I do. I'm sorry. I'm not worthy of being your leader.
Cut him again. Just keep cutting them.
Just keep cutting them down to size. All right, moving on, continuing. That's Dunkirk's go. We start at the top of the key, starting with Putty.
I look up to where the chandeliers are. Is there one above where the sludge monsters are?
Not directly above it, both of them, but there is one above the central part of the landing of the room, so it would, if you were to get it down, it would hit one of them.
What is it being held up by? What's it being hung by?
It is a rope. And if
All
you're
right.
looking for a nice trick shotty AC to work with,
Yeah,
you're looking for a 17.
I'm gonna go for it.
You can do it.
Oh,
Fuck.
so fucking close.
You fire off, and it goes a little bit wide by like 1.5 inches. Enough that the breeze starts the chandelier almost lightly turning.
Okay.
But ultimately, it's not enough to close the deal.
Can I yell out the chandelier?
And it gets to go. We are going to first, let's see here, do I incur an attack? I will incur 1 attack, but we'll see what happens. This one here is going to mosey around Tig. Dunkirk will get an opportunity attack if he really wants to take it.
I don't think that I do.
Do it.
What?
I do have a question. If I
Please.
put my sword back in its scabbard, can I use that as a club?
That would be an improvised weapon.
Okay.
So no, well, you wouldn't be proficient in it. That'd be one.
Right.
And I think it would do like a D4.
Just keep slashing it.
That
What's the
being
worst that
said,
could happen?
slashing seems to be bad, but apparently piercing, like daggers can do piercing. Stabbing it seems to be a lot better than slashing it.
Can I stab with a sword?
Yep. They tend to have pointy ends.
I would say yes, but for a sword at a dice damage 1 lower. So in your
Okay.
case,
I will do that then. I will stab.
you'll start parrying it like and thrusting at it.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Lots of thrusting. You haven't had to fence with a long sword in quite a while. All right, so you take your little stibbity stabbity, which go ahead and throw me 1d6. Upon which we will add your 2 strength. So 7, which is a little bit better for that one. As you tear a hole through the one moving around, it goes ahead and launches an attack at the Harbinger,
Uh-oh.
who gets hit with the slow-moving pseudopod, and then also gets mildly engulfed in it with that very slow hit and starts
Oh, no.
screaming as his flesh burns. And he drops.
Well, shit.
He's
It
not
was
very-
murder.
He's not very robust.
Clearly.
This one, however, is going to go ahead and slap Tig with a slow-moving pseudopod.
Tiggy
You will take 11 bludgeoning as it just wham, hits you right square in the chest, and there's a lot of weight behind it. It's like getting bumped by a horse or something, right? Staggering you back. And then the burning sensation all over your chest as the acidic goo starts seeping into the cracks of your armor. 17 total damage.
Oh, I only did 11.
Whew. Moving on. That turn is over. Moe's go.
All right, I am gonna go Tig and charge down here on this side of this guy who was attacking him, and I'm gonna whip out my classic ladle.
Your classic ladle move.
Yeah, classic ladle, and be like, "Leave my friend alone!" And I start whapping.
You whap it, and as you hit it with an iron ladle, you smack it, it shudders and shivers. There's a low groaning sound that sounds like a combination of glass shattering and whales humping.
Sounds like what? Shattered glass and whales humping?
A combination of glass shattering and whales humping.
I don't know what whales humping sounds like. It's like...
It's like a sad mastiff. And it goes down. It starts turning into more liquefied form of itself, just lightly eating away at the dust between the flagstones.
Yeah.
It is now Tig's go.
So that blob is dead. Noticeably dead. I'm gonna club the other blob.
As you club the other blob. Uh, 16 is enough to hit, and 7 damage. It also ends up shuddering down and seeping in. An ill wind seems to blow from nowhere specific, and a voice that's a combination of James Earl Jones and I'm going to go with Ben Kingsley in sneakers. Why not? Whispers on that breeze, no.
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 Yes.
You are out of combat.
I check my robe that I am wearing horribly and look to see if there's a flask in it.
Wayne did not appear to be a drunk.
Do I see any flasks or drinks around the room?
Not down here.
Okay.
I look at what's left from the jelly.
There were spirits on the dais,
Okay.
with the refreshment table.
Yeah, I look over the Harbinger's body, half eaten by now dead pudding, and just say, "What the fuck is going on?"
I'm going to immediately start searching the area for clues like maybe manuscripts or things describing the
Give me
thing
an
they were
investigation as you start tossing things here in their little chapel.
I'll help
that?
him investigate.
Help out with that too.
Nat 20.
Oh, way past the need for it. That's perfectly more than sufficient.
9.
Is the Harbinger at all able to be stabilized? Or not?
Oh no, he is straight dead. Like his front part of his chest is gone.
Okay.
Wow.
What you turn up are the basic rudimentary texts for, a cult. They're trying to establish themselves. They bought this building. You see property deeds.
Mm.
The Harbinger's real name was Melvin.
Okay. Is there a permit in there?
There is an application for one that never got filled out.
Fine. They're common criminals. It's fine.
You also find a number of things like a roster of membership and things like this. You find a lot of boring information.
I'll take the roster.
You find
membership.
you find the plans for a ritual to commune with their undead ancient alien chthonic god.
I think we should take that too.
Yeah, we'll take that and the roster, please.
Let's just take them all. It's all evidence.
Yeah, gather all the evidence. We'll take the stuff upstairs too. We gotta report this back to headquarters.
Okay.
It's
Also,
a pity
Tim,
that they couldn't control their ritual and it just got out of hand, and a couple of the people got hurt. We did our best to save them. Wait, this is not the way Mo talks. I can't believe what we've done. We killed him. He points.
I look at Mo and I go, "Does this robe make me look fat?"
I lean down to the Harbinger and try to see if there's any semblance of life. I know there's not.
Oh, no.
But there's
No,
some
he's
hope.
quite dead.
There's still hope in Mo's heart.
He's quite fantastically dead.
I ate a cupcake to try and push my emotions down and deal with
You
the
guys,
situation.
you guys make your way out of the building.
Yeah.
I grabbed some spirits on my way out.
Just another case of a. You do. That's true. Just another case of a cult gone awry. But it's contained and the people are safe.
That's the most
And,
important thing.
Tig, we're gonna talk about you letting everybody get away. That was,
Okay, I didn't let everybody get away. It was 1 on 8, and I got the main guy. So fuck you. I did the best job that could have been done in the given situation.
Let's just say
also-
you're not going to like your quarterly review.
Also,
yeah, exactly.
I killed the other cultist. Like, he didn't even make it out the goddamn door. And then I
Dude, you-
stopped the Harbinger
You
by
killed him, so-
myself.
you killed him so that we couldn't question him. That was really great. Tig.
Oh,
almost-
is that what
I
you
almost
wanted to
died,
do,
guys.
just question people?
So from this,
Thank
before
you.
we start our proper first session, there's a few notes to have. Note number 1: this does define your patrol's reputation. Y'all have a very violent reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was obviously coming. It's not a surprise.
Which will make it a little bit more difficult to interact with some people in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a bad thing. It just defines what the reputation of your patrol is. So that's 1. A very take-no-holds-barred, dirty, hairy sort of frontier justice.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1. So 2, look over your character sheets, obviously between now and first session. Right?
Yes.
And you're looking for shoring up things that you didn't like, right? Within the points that you have, or shuffling what skills or abilities that you had. You're looking at making any sort of changes, right, that make you feel more comfortable, things about your character that you really like playing, kind of keep, things that you didn't like, maybe we can change them a little bit, just so that you go in your first session kind of as comfortable and as solid on the character you want to play. The backstories and whatnot will stay. We're just talking about details on a page.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
But that's the little tiny leg, in a proper game that would be, a very short, right, random encountery situation. It's very quick.
Nothing is short with random encounter.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. So that's it. That's what we have. That gets us started, and we'll be looking forward to the proper
Awesome.
first session
Thank
kicking
you
off
so
the
much.
morning.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Feels good to be a player again.
I feel like I'm underused in this scenario. And that people blame me for what happened, even though I was the one who stayed upstairs and tried to hold the door by myself.
Do you remember that our characters don't particularly like each other?
Fuck you, Riley.
I like Tig. Tig's my boy. I don't like you, Riley.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out. It was really fun.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
We'll
that
be
was-
back
that was
next
awesome.
Monday, same time, same place,
Thank you,
8:30
ManySided.
All right.
He's Loot Salad
EST.
time.
Yes, thank you very much. And remember, all of you, his book, Lost Artifacts of Grey Gas. Pick it up.
Available in fine bookstores everywhere and drive-through RPG.
Yep, I will slap the drive-through RPG link down one more time as we head out, and you all have a great night. We'll see you next time. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to play some more They Are Billions. We'll see how that goes. But all right,
Deuces. Holla.
see ya.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.
Yeah.